Good morning, everyone. Today, in this few minutes of meditation, Patanjali Maharshi looks like he blessed us. Usually, I do get channeling from the masters here and there when it is a longer meditation. But in this few minutes of meditation, I got the channeling and then I got so energetic. Looks like we have blessings of Maharshi with us. Felt very good and happy that we are all doing this. I guess Maharshi was happy. It's if you ask me what it was, I don't know, but a lot of energy and a lot of I wouldn't say blabbering, but a lot of sounds were coming. So I was feeling so tired before, and now I'm feeling so energetic in that a few minutes of meditation. Yeah, there was some noise. I realized in the middle that I did not mute myself, but I didn't want to get out of my meditation to mute it. I mean, I was conscious of what was happening, but it was just that it's not in my control.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was going on, and I'm like, okay. But I didn't call out in between and see what is happening. But yeah.
So this Patanjali Maharshi Charana Shrungarahita Stotram is, I'll just give you a brief introduction of what it is. Padma Madam has told this. I am a very short storyteller. I'm not an elaborate storyteller. When Vishnu went to see Nataraja dancing, so he came back and then he was telling that the dance was so nice and so beautiful. And then the Adishesha, who is Maharshi, I mean, like Adishesha wanted to go and see. And that was so he wanted to go and see the Nataraja dance. But he was not allowed to go inside because of the dutas that were there in there. And then he comes back and then he composes this song on the Nataraja, that is Shiva. And then when the Shiva is dancing, he sings that stotram. And then Shiva or Nataraja gets so impressed by him, saying that, do you want to dance? And then the Patanjali doesn't have the legs. He is the Adishesha, right? Like he's the snake. So what Nataraja does is like he will ask the Patanjali Maharshi to go around his legs and then he dances with him. That's how much impressed he was by listening to this Nataraja Stotra. And there are, in the letters, there are some letters that are missing. I think, but in the sense like only with specific letters, he made that Nataraja Stotra. So that is a brief introduction. I'll tell you guys what we have been doing in Telugu session. We can follow the same thing. Just a passing thought, Archana says, are we not going to have an introduction session to what the PYS brief description, what are the different padas, what are the sutras? Yes, Archana, we are going to talk about it. The Patanjali Maharshi has written 195 sutras, and then it has been divided into 4 padas: Samadhi pada, Sadhana pada, and then Vibhuti pada and Kaivalya pada. So those are the 4 they have categorized into. And for each, the first Samadhi pada is very critical because those are the things that we need to know, why we get into this trikalmashalu, like why we get into this kind of sorrow, or like why we get involved in this. I'm not getting the right word in English. Why we get involved in this circle of life that we all get worried about, get stressed about,
Low,
and all those things.
low vibration.
Hmm?
All the lower vibrations.
Yeah, lower vibrations. You can say that. Yeah. So tamas, rajas, and sattvic guna. So like these are all the things that we get involved in, and then we get low vibrations, as you said. Maharshi has given the birth for us to get rid of all these lower vibration thoughts that we get every time. For that, he has written this sutras, so that way it will help us to grow spiritually and to help us to get rid of all these low vibration thoughts. And the way we have been doing in Telugu is what we do is we get, depending on how many people. Right now we are 6 people, right? So maybe we can just get 6 sutras every week, right? And then do the chanting of that. And then each person will take one sutra and then they explain it. And that is what we have been doing, and we are all kind of enjoying it, and more than enjoying, we kind of feeling happy about that. We are all learning. When I'm explaining, the other person also will explain his sutras, and then we are all getting the essence of it, and then trying to see how we can incorporate in our life. And what we have noticed in this process of doing this Patanjali Yoga Sutra is there are so many things that Maharshi talks about, and it is very difficult to remember, or it is very difficult to grasp everything. But in the process of learning and knowing all these things, whatever is suitable for me, that kind of message comes to me that this is what you need to do. Maybe if there are like 100 things that are in the sutras, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 things that will help me to that is what I need for my soul development. So those are the things that are really striking in me, and then I'm following those. And maybe the other 3 things may be different for you, for each and every person. So that is what we have that is what I am noticing, and then I am really helping myself what to do, how to be a better person each and every day. And with the Maharshi, or like all the things that he's talking about, there is a Kanta Kupe Kurmanadi, so the throat chakra, and then there is a Kurmanadi behind it. That is something that is really activating my my chakra, and I can feel the difference, the way I talk, the way I present myself. Like obviously there will be ups and downs, but I could feel the difference, quite a lot of difference, because I felt that is something that I needed. That is why it is coming to me. And in many times, Maharshi says that, it's like, these are all the things that we need to know. And at the same time, in the beginning, you do have to follow. And then after that, it has to just come without you thinking. Those things have to come to you. That is what he tells, and without any pressure or without any push, those things have to easily flow. And we are all in the spiritual line, and we want to grow spiritually each and every day. And this I personally feel that this is something that we all need to do, so that way we can grow each and every step of our way, what we need and what is needed. And as Archana has asked a question about like how to go about, it's I feel it's very simple way. Like if I'm taking Sutra 1, right, I will explain about that Sutra 1 in detail in my own words. And if anybody wants to add something to it, by learning it. You can always add. And then we all will write the notes and share the notes, so that way, like if we want to go back and look at it, then we can go back and look at that notes and then get more information about it. Sutra from first padas. That is the sadhana padam. The first padam is, the first padam is samadhi padam. After that, sadhana padam comes. So the sutra one of samadhi padam, I will take maybe like, if you want, I can give some introduction of what the Patanjali Maharshi talks about, or what is the intent behind why he is doing it. Maybe I can do that. And then a lot of people, a lot of people want to join, and they are kind of, what is it, how is it, kind of thing that they're looking for. Maybe this Friday, what we can do is we can go through how the structure is, and then we can share our video to them, and then let's see the response. Maybe the next week, depending on how many people want to join or how many people want to add on to our group, we can take a step back and then do it again if we have to. It is just if more people want to join. that is what I'm envisioning it. And regarding the sutra chanting, the reason why I'm saying it is helping us is, when you are talking about to someone, right, then it will be easy for you to mention it and tell the meaning of it. Like that way, we are little more in command of like what we can talk about or what we can say. Obviously we can give the explanation, but at the same time, if it is in your fingertips to talk about, to tell the sutra, then it will be more presentable, or it will be good looking, presentable, I would say, not good looking. That is what that is one reason. And the second reason is, whenever I chant the sutras, at one point in my time of this learning the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Louis, I used to get like tremendous amount of vibrations. Like if I just close my eyes and then chant, 15 minutes of meditation was enough for me for the whole day. That kind of vibrations, energy that I used to get. And I want you all also to feel. And it's like they're all small, but little difficult to pronounce. But when we get the pronunciation, we can easily learn. You don't have to by heart, but if you know by heart, then it is better. But if not, like if there is an easy flow, you don't have to look at it and read it. You just have to look at it and then chant, so that way it will be much better. That is what I'm thinking. Okay. The chapter 1 is Archana. It is chapter 1 of the one that I shared in the group. So there is one I shared about the Sanskrit channel, 4 chapters. They're all like very briefly introduced by Sanskrit channel person. And then the second one is the one that I shared, chapter 1. In that, he has gone a little bit more in detail of each and every sutra. We can get that explanation. And Prachi also has sent some of the notes. I think it's one line, but if we can get a little more explanation, then it will be nice. Honestly, guys, I was looking through the internet and I have found such a beautiful book for Samadhi Pada. It's like about 500 or 600 pages. And it is so intense. I'll share it with you guys. But each and every line that he, like for each line, he has written like 3 or 4 pages. But before that, preface is something that he has, obviously we need to know a lot of stuff. And he has given so much. And I'm like, oh my God, I really have to read this, but I didn't read it, honestly. but it is very detailed oriented book. I will share it with you. And when I saw that book, or when I found that book, I said, Maharshi is helping me to do this more and more, so that way people will get acquainted and people will learn more about it. And that is like such a huge book, but it is like in very detail, that I will share it with you guys right after this thing is done. And as I said, it's like Maharshi's blessings and Maharshi's consciousness is there with us. So I really feel fortunate that we are all in this team and doing this. Yes, Sonam.
I was about to ask you like any reference for books, so you answered it. And one more thing, I was listening to the YouTube video you have shared, in which I think Sanskrit something channel,
Yes, Sanskrit
in
channel.
which he explains like each and every sutra. So I was thinking, if we can maybe discuss like one sutra in WhatsApp channel itself every day, because it's kind of a story, right? Like one sutra stands individually by itself, but then they are related as well. It's like,
Yes, yes.
yeah, so I was thinking like instead of meeting once every week, I mean, we will do that as well. But if we, for example, after you introduce and pick up first sutra, the second sutra, whoever is assigned, he or she can start, post it in the morning and with explanation. And then rest of us can put our connection or examples or our point of view about that. Just a suggestion. I was thinking like
Yeah,
that
sure.
too.
I mean, see, the reason here we are all doing Adhyayanam, it is like self-study, whatever is the best way, like I mean, like by Wednesday, today is Monday, right? So by Wednesday, if we can write our sutra explanation, like whoever has assigned to that sutra, if you write that explanation and then post it in the group, we can create a document, Word document, and then share it there. And then that way, what happens is, like, as everybody is new to this path, it will really help us to reiterate ourselves with more information. Definitely,
Yes.
that is something that we all should do, Sonam. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, that
You,
was it
when
from
you
me.
said wanted to share one sutra, like, is it like you want to have a session or just share it in the group?
Just in the group, and whenever we have the weekly Zoom session, we can revise it or move to next one. Like we can decide how to do the Zoom session and what is the most beneficial thing. Like even chanting, I feel will be good in Zoom session, so that we all can practice it together as well, or go through or summarize what we discussed throughout the week.
So what we can do is, like, this Monday morning, we can have a practice session. Like we used to have this practice session for Telugu thing also. Like Sunday was it for Telugu thing. Sunday was a recital, and then Wednesday is a practice session. So for the chanting or for any, I mean, like mostly it was for chanting, but we can do the same thing. Monday would be a practice session, and then Friday is a recital. So that is the final one. So that way, by Monday, if we can get our notes ready, I mean, like each one like have their notes ready, then that would be really nice. That way, the other people also can see it and then learn from it. And if you want to go a little in depth, as if I share this book, guys, you how much of time you want to spend on Patanjali Maharshi, that much it is there.
Wow.
So
yeah, love to do that.
yeah, so that will be really nice. That's what, when I saw that book, it just like popped up on the right. I said, okay, that's good. It's very detailed book. A lot of books I've downloaded, but I have to see which one to share. But one book is like very elaborate. I'll share that.
Awesome. Thank you, Madhu.
So Archana's question is not sure how exhausting these verses are. No, they're very small. I meant time wise. So, how about 5 verses at a time? We can do 5 verses. Uh, see, this is something that if we want to do it, we don't have to push ourselves. If we feel that we are going too fast, we can go back and then do in our own pace. It's more like first one is अथ योगानुशासनम् योगश्चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः तदा द्रष्टुस्वरूपे अवस्थानम् वृत्तिसारूप्यमितरत्र वृत्तयः पञ्चतयः क्लिष्टाः. Actually, in Sanskrit channel, I don't know if you guys have heard, he talked about like how to divide the sutras also. Is it like the first 4 or first 5, Rajiv?
I think I was before the class, I think around 10 o'clock here, I went to the Sanskrit channel and I started listening to the first chapter. I absolutely love him. I mean, the way he did the first one, the very first one before even the chapter, Yogena Chittasya Padena, the way he literally break down each word. I mean, I now know that first.
What exactly it is, yeah.
Like every single word he explained.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yes,
So
I really love him. I just follow him. Like it's like.
I mean, it's so nicely he has chanted. I didn't. My dog woke up, so I couldn't continue after some time. But I heard until Atha Yoga Anushasanam, and then I had to close it. So, but I want to go back. It's like I wanted to go back and do it again. So I didn't really see how long it is, but I think he said the first 10 in that chapter.
First 9, but I will look into it. I think I was also planning to look at it, but I had to take some calls, so I couldn't do it. But it's okay.
First,
I think the first, as Archana said, like I think he talks about yoga. I think it's first 4, and then after that, from 5 to 11, if I'm not mistaken. So it's we will, if we want, we can just do the first 4, like what is yoga, how about it, and then after that, we can go ahead. We can see how things are for the next week. We can plan for it. And next week, as I think Diwali is next week. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Is that what it is for us? Yeah, something like that. So
no, Thursday is the festival, right?
Started from second, third, fourth, and fifth. Second is the first day, Dhanteras.
So if we want to take a break, we can take a break, but just enjoy the festival. We can meet on Friday and then.
But this Friday we can do it. It is still 25th. We are on 25th, right? So.
Yeah. First class we will do. This Friday we will do. But the next week, what we can do is we can just give a break. And then the following week, following Monday, we can start again. So the following Monday would be, I think, 8th. That would be the practice session. And by then, if somebody wants to see.
In that case, then we can start by 8th only, like continuously let it be there, because don't give a break on the 2nd. Usually they say
okay, the 2nd. See what when we start something, then we can see how things are, right? Like for the next class, if we have to repeat it again, we will do it if more people want to join.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have taken a lot of breaks, Deepika. Let's do it.
I think we should start. Yeah,
we'll start. We will start on 29th. We take it as a trial session. And then, don't stress yourself. It's just, let's do it. And then obviously there will be some feedback. Maybe we can always incorporate on the 8th. This time we are starting in English. So the only thing that I'm not worried, but many of the other people also want to join. So if they join, then, we may have to redo it or something like that. If not, we can just go ahead with the next portion. Any questions? Or do you guys want to practice chanting today for some time? Yeah.
No, Madhvi, the explanation you were saying, right? For Sutra, I think even Archana asked the same thing in the chat, like in the WhatsApp. So what is the explanation we are supposed to give? Like maybe you have gone through in already in Telugu, right? So if for first Sutra, if you can explain like how it is, so that we can follow the same suit for the next other sutras. So for one sutra, if you can chant and explain and show it how it has to go through, like how we have to do it, that will be an example, like sort of a thing.
Explaining, I didn't listen to the English version of it. See, Atha Yoga.
Only first, like only one sutra, like how we were explaining in Telugu, like you've already done.
I can share that video with you guys. I mean, like, I know some people are not Telugu speaking, but like most of them are Telugu. See, Atha Yoga Anushasanam, right?
Okay.
And in this, he just talks about the self-discipline of yoga. And then yoga chitta vritti nirodha. And like, I mean, with the yoga, how you can block the vrittis. Vrittis are the thoughts. It's like, it's more of like the first 4 or 5, it goes in the order.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to the explanation of that Sanskrit channel, he gives it pretty good. From that, we can write the summary and then we can explain it the way it is, because I don't want to. Madam has given in a different way, and I didn't hear about Sanskrit channel completely. I think it's more or less same.
Okay.
I think for the first one, because I listened it today, for the first one, he said, Atha. Atha means basically after everything, after we are done with everything. Atha means like now, after that, after everything we are done, Atha. And then yoga, of course, is a union. And then Anusashan is discipline or like a rule or a command. That's what he exactly said. So we have to, with the yoga, we have to come into the discipline. So that's the first. After now that, that's what it says. And now the self-discipline of yoga.
Yeah, that's right. The same. That's right. Yeah, yoga means the union of Jivatma and Paramatma. And other things what you said is right. Yeah, put ourselves in a discipline and start it immediately. No postponement or anything. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Lakshmi Garu. Lakshmi Garu has told that once. Yeah, that is so true. So he says, like, if you know that this is what you want to do, just start. Don't delay it. And to your question, Archana, the Samadhi Padam is the first one. Sadhana Padam is the second one. So that is why we are starting the Samadhi Padam. I hope I have answered your question. And you know
Madhavi,
what, guys?
sorry. Maybe you can explain the first class about that, just for Patanjali little introduction and about the 4 padas. Then it may be so clear to them, no? What is Samadhi Pada and Sadhana Pada? Then Vibhuti and Kaivalya. In simple words.
Chappanandi, until like I told them.
You told already? Okay.
And I just told them like what they are. I told them that there are 4 padas. I didn't give them the introduction of what they are.
Yeah, okay. I didn't hear that. That's why I joined a little late.
We'll add Andy. Will you add a little more description to it, Lakshmi Garu? To the Samadhi Pada, Sadhana Pada, and
yeah, not that ready, but Samadhi Pada and Sadhana Pada, madam explain this what is happening in our real life and all. So then when we entered into the Vibhuti Pada and Kaivalya Pada, we are learning, we are going inside, our inside, and to know about our Antaryami and all the things. Now, first two things, first we are clearing ourselves with all that, this Ashtanga Yoga things and all. The third and fourth one, we are traveling inside. The journey is inside. Yeah, that's the thing.
Adding on to that, now I can recollect the 8 limbs of Patanjali Yoga Sutralu is Yama Niyama Pranayama Pratyahara Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. So these are the 8 limbs of the Patanjali Yoga Sutralu. The first 4, Yama Niyama Pranayama Pratyahara. These 4 are all the materialistic things that we need to conquer. So once when we can conquer this Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Pratyahara, the next 4 will flow easily without your knowledge. So the next 4 is, as Lakshmi Garu said, that like you are knowing yourself, like knowing more about yourself, like going to the Samadhi, going to the all the Samadhi stages, like all those things will come naturally to you. So you don't even have to work. But things that we need to work on is these 4 limbs, first 4 limbs. Those are materialistic. And that is Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Pratyahara. So that is what Maharshi talks about. Like if we can conquer these 4 materialistic things, then the smoothness of your life will start. That is what it is. So sadhana padalo, like what we need to use first is samadhi pada. He explains all the things that the human being goes through, like why they get stuck in some of the things, how to get out of those things. He talks about. And the second one is sadhana. So like how you can do the sadhana from the ones that you have learned from the samadhi pada. And then vibhuti padam is something that, like, what are the things that you can do to evolve yourself as a person internally, like to know more about yourself, like how you can combine with sun and how can combine combine the consciousness with the sun and meditate, right? How you can combine the consciousness with the moon and meditate. So he talks about more in that. And then Kaivalya Pada is something that we need to know. We haven't known about it. We will be
Kaivalya
learning.
Pada is about Satyaloka.
The enlightenment.
Yes.
The bliss, the final bliss process.
Your voice is
Mukti.
breaking, Surekha. Yes, Sonam. You raised your hand before or now? So Surekha is saying she will do the intro next week. And then there are no asanas, Archana, at all. No asanas at all. Only the breathing, some of the breathing techniques that he talks about. But the asanas are not there. That's what it is. I know we all talk about Patanjali Maharshi, but I think he talked about the breathing exercises, like the breathing, like how you can meditate, how you can get better. I think that he has talked about. This is not physical yoga. I used the same. I used to think same. Yeah. PY, yeah, Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga. Yeah. So I'm excited, guys, and I think I just need to do the homework. That's all it is. But it is really, really worth doing this homework, I'll tell you. It's a beautiful journey that we will have. Actually, I'll share it with you guys also. Lakshmi Garu, this book I have found, it's like very, very so intense, and Lakshmi Garu, this book.
Okay, share change. Okay.
I really want to sit and read. I don't know whether I can do it. But. And the Atha Yoganushasanam, first one. Do you guys know that in this book he has written like the sound, the creator sound is Om. That's what we know, right? That is where the creation has happened. He says the two words, it seems. One is Om and the second one is Atha. So Atha Yoganushasanam we say, right? The second word of this is Athagoda, the creator sound, it seems. I was like very impressed by listening to that. And Lakshmi Garu, did Amma talked about Sankhya Yoga, Lakshmi Garu?
Just she mentioned, she didn't elaborate it. Yeah, she told about Sankhya Yoga, but she didn't elaborate it.
And just for this Samadhi Padam, he has like 500 pages.
Oh.
I think we have a few more minutes. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. If not, I'll just read this. Okay. Unless, Archana, I hope I have cleared all your questions, Archana. So Sureka is saying, thank you so much, Madhvi Garu, you're doing in English.
So
I'll be more active.
Just a quick thing. So the way I said about the yoga nusasha, and then I explained, this is want us to explain, right? Going forward, like saying one and then explaining.
Yeah, only like whatever you have assigned for that particular sutra, you will explain that. So I will change a little bit. Sureka said she will do the introduction of Patanjali, what is Patanjali Maharshi, and then the Samadhi Pada, Sadhana Pada, and then Vibhuti and Kaivalya Pada. And then I will talk about Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacha. I will tell that meaning. And then like rest of you guys can work on the stuff. By any chance, let's give me like by 2:00 or so my time. The Sanskrit person has categorized the slokas, like the first part is yoga and the second part is vrittis. I think that I will categorize and then I will send it. So accordingly we will go. So what we can do is, like, if there are only first four sutras that needs to be told, we can one person can take, two people can take one sutra and then explain it in your own way. So that way, like if we do the same thing also, it's okay. It's just that reinforces of what you're going to say. Because as this is the first one and nobody is explaining it to us other than the Sanskrit channel, it's okay if we go a little slower.
Madhvi, I used to do the Gita Parivar and the Gita Shloka. So in there, they also did this, which I think we can also do in our group. So I don't know how many people are in there. But if we just, the way you said that we can just categorize the first four. So if we are just doing in Friday class, if we are just doing the first four, and there is only 6 people, so whoever is explaining number one, after they are done explaining number one, each of them individually can speak out that first one as a chanting, so that everybody is clear on that first shloka. And then the second one, I don't know how long it will take, we can just try, so that everybody is individually chanting in the class the first one, if there is only 4 for 1 hour. I don't know if you understand.
Chant. So what you're saying is, like, when I repeat it and then you'll chant after me, is that what you're saying?
First, so if you're assigned, for example,
only
number
4.
1, you will just go ahead and say that, and you'll explain us the meaning. Then I will go ahead and chant it one time, and you can just say, because you are the main and you know the exact chanting, then you can say that we chanted it correctly. Then the next person can speak up loudly, and then you can say, okay, that is correct, or you can correct it. So that way each person can do it. If it's not too big, then we can split it this way very quickly.
What we did was, Prachi, like if we are, I mean, like if we are doing only 4 sutras, right? Like you will chant 1 to 4 sutras continuously.
Okay.
So, and then the next person will chant 1 to 4 sutras. So after chanting is done, then we will go into the explanations.
Okay, got it.
And the chanting ones also, the Sanskrit channel person, he has that. And I have shared you, did I share you guys the video, the first 10 sutras? So
Yes.
if you can just follow, once when you know the wordings and then you follow that person's rhythm, so we will follow his rhythm. So that way everybody is in the same style of pronouncing and then things like that. That way it will be nice.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that works. Yeah, that works.
Guys want, we can just do like sutra chanting for some time. Deepika, did you write the English version, Deepika?
No, Madhvi, only today I need to start. The weekend I couldn't do it.
Okay.
We had commitments.
Yeah, I know. Weekend is always busy.
My son's singing competition was there. So, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So for a few minutes, do you guys want to chant? I can I can share the screen. You can chant for some time. Screen sharing. We'll try to finish by maybe today we will just go 5 minutes beyond our time, but we'll try to finish by 1 hour. Let's not take more than that. I'm sharing this, guys. Give me some time. Give me 2 seconds. You guys can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yogena chittasya padena vacham. You can repeat after me if you want to mute, and then Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarottam pravaram muninam yopakarottam pravaram muninam Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. Actually, like if I play this, right, I mean, it's pretty easy for us to learn.
Vacham Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarottam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi अथ पातञ्जलयोगसूत्राणि प्रथमोऽध्यायः समाधिपादः अथ योगानुशासनम् योगश्चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः तदा द्रष्टुः स्वरूपेऽवस्थानम् वृत्तिसारूप्यमितरत्र वृत्तयः पञ्चतयः क्लिष्टाः प्रमाणविपर्ययविकल्पनिद्रास्मृतयः प्रत्यक्षानुमानागमाः प्रमाणानि विपर्ययो मिथ्याज्ञानमतद्रूपप्रतिष्ठम् शब्दज्ञानानुपाति वस्तुशून्यो विकल्पः अभावप्रत्ययालम्बनावृत्तिर्निद्रा
So if you just play this, and then once when you get the words, you sing with him, you chant with him, then we should be all set. Yeah. Anything else, guys? We can end the call. For Friday, what we will do is, first we all will, from my side, I have to send you guys the revised schedule of what we are going to chant. If I'm not mistaken, first 4 or 5 are the chanting yoga. It talks about yoga. So we will do that. And then if we have lot of information that I will share with you, if you want to talk about it, you can add more details to it. So on Friday, we will do the chanting first by everyone. And then the second, we will start explaining. That is one thing on Friday. And by Wednesday, we all will prepare the notes and send it in the group that this is what you're going to talk. So that way, because this is something new that we are all, new that you are all learning. So if you get more information, that will be helpful.
Okay, done.
Yeah. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madhvi.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Mark.
You're back, Auntie Lakshmi garu.
Thank you.
మీ గొంతు ఎక్కడైనా పడితే అక్కడ వచ్చేస్తుంది.